Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is Let's Play Legends of Heroes Trails in the Sky. In the last episode we got arrested. We didn't do any proper fighting last episode, we just dealt with a lot of story stuff. Basically the Sky Bandits were tipped off that the army was on their way and we got the blame for being the ones tipping them off. And then it turns out that the reason that General Morgan is so angry at races in general is because, well, I can't believe these Sky Bandits managed to circumvent our search and just walked into town and burglarized a bunch of places. We were really outdone this time. Yeah, it's because Estelle's father was his best man until he left the army for the Bracer Guild. And Morgan is ever so slightly bitter about the whole thing. But after being let out, we got Olivia in our party again. And so I want to go and... Looks like this store was hit by burglars as well. Guess this isn't the time to be talking about business deals. Yeah, I want to upgrade Olivia's augment for the final slot, but because I realized later that he actually has his augment in one very straight line, so it's going to be expensive, but it's also going to give him a lot of EP. Also found out that he does have an element lock on the very beginning. It requires Mirage. Other than that, absolutely nothing. Like, look at Shira requires 2 wind, Joshua requires 2 port, time. Estelle's the only person without a picky augment, so to speak, but still, Olivia did a pretty good job. Like, look at that! 556 EP! That is with the EP materia perhaps, but still. I also need to stop calling it materia, don't I? It's just a habit. I've played a bit too much Final Fantasy XIV, I think. Oh well. Yeah, actually, let's talk. My factory! My factory and all my goods, they're gone! I've got to report this to either the army or the Bracer Guild ASAP. Hold on just a minute. Either one of these groups saw what was written in that stolen ledger. I'd be in a world of hurt. So you say that to 3 braces, and... yeah, boy. Still, there's probably still some important information we haven't gathered. We should continue to ask around a bit longer, see what we come up with. Nope, so this is actually plot stuff. I thought that... okay then. Are you the braces we heard about? Since the mayor asked you to look into things, I've got no choice but to allow it. Just don't get in the way of the army's investigation. Minor pause. Right, I was supposed to go straight to the Bracer Guild. Darn it. Oh, actually, I need to talk to people for a chance at a book here. I'm ready. Damn it. My shop got ripped off by a bunch of thieving criminals. They took off with every last one of my pricey goods, too. Why did this have to happen to me at a time when there were hardly any goods to begin with? Yeah, that's unfortunate. Is there anything that we could use, stat-wise? Oh, you can get a lighter for the mountain trail, it looks like. Sure, I'll take one. Oh, that's too far. Ask a few questions here. Would you mind getting out of the way? Try not to be rude, but this is an official investigation. Move it along. Well, maybe I want to investigate too. Did you ever think about that? Maybe I'm an official investigator as well. How We've got burglars running amok in this city? I swear, what's happening to Bose? I'm just glad they left this house alone. Though I'm baffled as to why. They certainly didn't do their homework on this city. Why did they leave this house alone then? I was shocked when I heard about the South Block being hit by burglars. Murano's mother was here alone, you see. Fortunately, this house was untouched in the burglaries. But it's at times like this that it makes you feel uneasy when there's no man at home. I'm just glad Murano brought Simon over to watch the house. Odd. Very peculiar indeed. Seems that the group of sky bandits in the old mine consisted of 2 females and a male. What? You are completely misinformed, mate. Rumor has it they've even got children in the mix. What, those people weren't sky bandits? This is why they can get away with having spies in your ranks, mate. The woman living here said she had a precious memento taken by these crooks. Oops, me and my big mouth. Let's pretend like I didn't just tell you that. What I mean to say is, why don't you ask her about it after I get done here? He's gonna yell at me. I'm going to be done here in a minute. Will you kids butt out? I'll be done here in a minute, so would you kids mind keeping your nose out of things? Morgan's going to start a second war between the Grace Guild and the military with this sort of attitude. This one turned out really cute. Meow, is this how you wanted this one? Yeah, sure, something like that. We really got screwed, you know that? Good afternoon. Are you working on another story? Looks like you two are on the trail of a scoop again. Hey, it's you kids. Ooh, Estella and Joshua. Boy, am I glad to see they let you out of the clinker. Yeah, I heard all about you kids getting arrested by the army up at the old mine. You certainly had me worried. Why are you acting like you had nothing to do with it? It was your info that led us to the village. Hey now, don't tell... What kind of face is that? Don't tell me you blame us. Did you go and check out the abandoned mine yourselves? Yeah, we did yesterday. But it was after you all had already been hauled off. We could have had a really great shot of your arrest had we been there. It really guts me we missed such a perfect opportunity for such a great shot. I don't think Estelle will give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you'd use it for an unlawful arrest article. That better be the case, buddy. I swear, you people in the news business. But anyway, I was wondering if you had thought this looked like the handiwork of the Sky Bandits. Sure looks like that to me. Seems the army is sniffing around for clues too. But to be honest, it looks like there's nothing to be found here anymore. I see. That does make things a bit more difficult. Well, Mr. Reporter, why don't you let me ask you this then? Do you know from whence the Sky Bandits entered the town? According to witness statements, they were seen leaving through the west gate. Well, that's awfully strange. The mayor's residence and Bose Market are right through the west gate. Seems like attacking those places would be far more lucrative. When you put it that way, it makes a lot of sense. If you don't mind me asking, who the heck are you anyway? I'm glad you asked. I'm Olivia Lenheim, a wandering bard and gifted musician. I'm sure you've heard rumors about me, right? Oh, you're that guy who drank the wine with at that classy restaurant. It takes guts to sit for such a big bill. It's an honor to meet you, sir. Oh, you're making me blush. I'm ready for my interview at any time, so don't hesitate to ask. Wow, really? I'm getting a headache just listening to this crap. Those two are very much alike. Yeah, I was actually thinking that myself, Joshua. I'm not even going to ask how this guy wound up with the rest of you. That would be for the best. Tell me, do you have anything interesting to say? Looks like the burglar has made off with nearly everything. I could have sworn that my boss locked up last night. Interesting. Hey, you there! What, is something wrong? I thought I'd better give you a word of advice. Even if you are representing the mayor, at the end of the day you're still all civilians. We cannot have you wandering around here in the middle of our investigation. Who do you think you're talking to? Your advice seems rather more like a threat. I'm just saying you need to know your place. If you're so adamant about investigating the matter, do it after we've cleared out of here. If we get any more trouble out of you, I'm going to have to give you a personal invitation to jail. Forget it about it, Estelle. There's no use arguing with these gentlemen. For an ass in lion skin, you sure know how to throw your weight around, Mr. Soldier. What did you just say? May I ask what's going on here? Colonel? For a soldier in the prestigious Royal Army to be threatening our good citizens, that is an outright embarrassment to us all. But these aren't just civilians, sir. They're members of the Bracer Guild. Oh, is that so? Then I ask you once again, what is going on here? The army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. What do you intend to accomplish by being rude to our allies? But as far as the general is concerned, ah yes, that side of the general really concerns me. I'll take over the investigation from here, so please take your men and clear out. But sir! Your men have been here since early this morning, so I presume that a sufficient investigation has been conducted by now, yes? I'll smooth things over with the general later. Is there anything else you wish me to address? No, sir. Alright men, pack it up, we're returning to the Harkin Gate. Looks like that's that. Seems some of our personnel were rather impolite. Please allow me to apologize. I appreciate the gesture. But we made some slightly inflammatory remarks as well, so how about we let bygones be bygones? That suits me just fine. As I stated before, the army is supposed to be working closely with the guild. I think our two organizations working together grants us each the ability to make up for the other's shortcomings. I'm looking forward to any progress you make with this recent series of events. Thank you. We'll do what we can. He seems like a decent guy. Yeah, I wonder who he is. Colonel, it's almost the appointed time. Oh, already? Excuse me, but it appears I must take my leave. Before I do, it looks like I haven't properly introduced myself. I am Alan Rickard, a colonel in the Royal Army. If there's anything I can do to assist you, please don't hesitate to contact me. Colonel Rickard. Or Richard. Depends on how you want to say it in a hurry. I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Niall was the one who mentioned his name earlier. He said something about him being a sharp young officer who leads the Royal Army's intelligence division. Oh, right. Someone in the military surely knows how to listen to others. Probably in his mid-30s, and he's not hard on the eyes either. Seems like he's more fit to be a politician than a serviceman in the army. Hey you guys! Who was that you were just talking to in the black uniform? I could have swear I've seen him over here somewhere before. Are you trying to tell me you didn't recognize him at all? That was Colonel Richard of the Intelligence Division. The guy you mentioned earlier. What? You're not pulling my leg, are you? As fine as that would be, no. He said so himself, so I'm fairly confident that's who he says he is. Do you think the legend himself would show up here? We can't wait around here like this any, Dorothy. Let's see if we can catch up to him. Aye aye, sir. Although I'm not really sure why we're chasing after anyone. Did you see his lights light up? I wonder if he's going to do an interview or something. Anyone else in the army would brush him off, but I'm sure the colonel will oblige him. What's the matter with you, Olivia? You look serious. I've gotta say, I find it creepy coming from you. I was just thinking about the colonel. I'll be the first to admit he's quite the specimen of man. But But what? I can say with confidence that he doesn't stand a chance with me when it comes to ladies. I'd like to see him try just a little harder. It's no fun without a romantic rival. You just had to ask, didn't you, Joshua? I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Alright, let's see here. Now that the soldiers are gone, how about we resume our own investigation? Let's start by talking to all the people we couldn't earlier. Good idea. I'm suspicious of our new colonel all of a sudden. Like, okay, Sky Bandit wouldn't want... Suppose he is the Sky Bandit spy we've heard about. They wouldn't want us to get along with the army because the more infighting there is, the easier it is for them to make off with stuff, but there's something suspicious there. Oh dear me. Weren't you the braces who came to ask questions not that long ago? Alright, we did come before. I'm really sorry I couldn't talk to you then. What you came to ask about is what happened last night, right? Yeah, that's right. Is this a good time for you? This is as good a time as any. It was the middle of the night, you see, when I heard a noise coming from outside. I, of course, thought it was my husband coming home at such a late hour, so I opened the door and started yelling. It turned out to be a group of masked men coming out of the Orbital factory across the road. I thought my heart was plumb gonna stop right then and there. Although it turned out the burglars were rather surprised and ran away to the north. I see. So it's the Sky Bandits, huh? All you're saying is that this house didn't incur a loss of any kind. Yeah, thanks to the mercy of the goddess. Can I ask you another thing? Did your husband coming home late mean that he went to the bar? If it was only that, that would be forgivable. In addition to being a no-good drinker, he's obsessed with this. Cecile raised her hand in a casting motion. Oh, I get it. You mean fishing, right? I see now. That's right, he loves fishing more than life itself. Just yesterday he said something about catching some smelt and took off to the lake in the south. On top of that, he still hasn't come back. What you're saying is he doesn't know anything about the incident? That's exactly what I'm saying. When that good-for-nothing husband of mine gets home, he's going to get what for, let me tell you. Hi, honey, I'm home. What a day I had. I was fishing patiently all morning, but I have nothing to show for it. What's this? Do we have guests? You senile old man! My goodness, woman, what kind of fiery tempest has gotten into you? Don't you know it's rude to act like that in front of guests? If anyone's being rude, that would be you! I'm dumbfounded that my own husband can just take off to do what he likes at a time like this. What do you mean by time like this? Maybe I should explain. Joshua gave Mr. Kawano a brief explanation regarding the burglaries. Burglaries by Sky Bandits? You don't say, now that is terrible. But to think they hightailed it out of here after my wife hollered at them is hilarious. Guess they got to experience the Cecile effect firsthand. What did you just say? Let's all just calm down now, okay? To think these Sky Bandits came in like in the night like they did and then just disappeared like that. I wonder if it has anything to do with that thing he was talking about the other day. He? What do you mean? Oh right, you don't know him. He is my fishing buddy. He's staying at the inn down by the lake shore to the south of here. If I remember right, he said something about seeing a strange bunch near the place the other night. A strange bunch. This really does sound interesting. Can you tell us a little more about what you've heard? Sure, I don't mind, but I'm going to tell you straight up front, this is all hearsay. From what I heard, he just happened to see them by chance as he was out fishing during the night. He saw them leave by the way of the inn's front door, then out onto the road. However, when he asked around at the inn in the morning, it turned out no one like that had stayed there the night before. That is rather odd. So was there any type of burglary at the inn? No, nothing of the sort at all, in fact. It's quiet there, the meals are great. It's a place I'd recommend to anyone. Best of all, it's a prime fishing spot. Though there weren't any definitive clues related to the incident, we did manage to hear a few interesting bits. I concur. I especially liked the line describing all the delicious food at the end. That's not what we're talking about here. Although I did find the fishing part to be rather interesting. Fortunately, if there's nothing going on there, I guess it wouldn't be worth investigating. Actually, I think it's quite the opposite. If someone had been careless and caused a problem, the army would have thoroughly investigated it. Conversely, the possibility of sky bandits appearing where there's nothing happening is rather high. Oh, well, I guess that's one way to think about it. The plight of this series of incidents is either a spy in the army or the sky bandits are a really clever bunch of thieves. It would be extremely difficult to corner them only by investigating the incidents which have occurred. We need to get one step ahead of them by tracking their movements. I see. So what you're saying is we should take an offensive stance rather than a defensive one? Then how about we get going? Off to the beautiful Valyria Lake, extolled in many a rhyme as the Pearl of Libel. The first place we check, we get all the story. How about that? Right, we checked in here. I want to check the other places where there were interviews going on, honestly. I had a very important ring taken by them. I don't care if it's the army or the Bracer Guild, I just want to see these burglars caught. If these sky bandits are on the loose, I don't think I can live without being in fear every day. And wasn't there a kid? Yes, a kid. I wonder if my dad will come home soon. My mum looks really upset about something. And where else were they? I guess we haven't talked with these people. This is the old couple. Where was that final person? Oh well, I guess they didn't really matter that much. Visit the local shops, right, so there's gonna be a book here somewhere. My shop has been getting gradually busier and busier. I've been thinking about hiring somebody. I always enjoy connecting with customers face to face. That's kind of what got me hung up about hiring anybody else. Oh right, you don't have anything to sell. I've heard they make all kinds of porcelain in countries to the east of the Republic. I'd sure like to go on a journey in search of these porcelain goods someday. I'm pretty sure my father has his reasons for returning to the village. Reason being, he was the one looking forward to opening the shop the most. It would be nice if he worried about us for once and showed his mug around here. Sometimes he can be a real jerk. I wonder why I chose him to begin with. Marital woes everywhere. My parents don't like me coming here, but I just love the atmosphere of this place. So much so, in fact, I can't help sneaking off to come here. It's just so boring sitting around the house. I'd rather be at the market any day. I came here to buy the next chapter in the novel series I've been reading, but it's still not in yet. Once I've read a book, I almost never read it again. I'm done with this one, so you can have it. Cornelia, Chapter 4! The lady who owns the shop recruited me to work here not that long ago. Wonder if she hired me because I was always putting my thoughts about her merchandise. My supply of goods is finally back to normal. So now I'm thinking about using this opportunity to expand my selection. I'm not the type to pass on potential profits when they come knocking on my door. Can we buy things from you? Oh, a new book of news! Alright, looks like we've got something to keep the end slate occupied. Guess what? Customers have finally started pouring in and business is picking up. I'm sure my fiance is going to be happy when he hears about this. Hope he'll come back soon. This shop sure has gone popular lately. I thought this might happen. It's because the girl here is working so hard. I've decided to stay in Bose until I can start doing business again with the orb factory that was burglarized. That's because the orbments and Libel are really that fascinating. Then again, all I've done is wait since I arrived here in Libel. Oh well, patience is a virtue for merchants in any case. I guess I'll just take my sweet time and wait till things blow over. I want to say that I do actually already have these, so recipes, so maybe don't. Also, I'm getting a warning on my guide, not just about the book that we picked up, but it's warning me now, make sure to kill a shining pom. Oh, buy all the weapons, right. Man, this is just a shopping episode, isn't it? Bracer Guild. It says don't worry about the quests quite yet, but ooh, that's Lorna, isn't it? We've received payment from Mayor Mabel for your investigative efforts thus far. We've received payment for missing airliner. 6,000 mirror, 8 BP, that is 101 BP, so we have the numbers that we were expected to have. Keep up the good work and be careful out there. I just sort of have this, we have the stun. I don't think this is going to be a permanent chance to lose everything, so I'll wait for the next checkpoint to find out if I should have that or not, but still. This is another episode of absolutely no action whatsoever, but that'll change next time when we start heading off for the main quest. Wherever that is. Because I've forgotten already. Until then guys, take care. I'll see you all around. I have to know what happens next. Sister Cornelia spoke to me. I'll just read it in my head. Pause if you want to. this is I've actually got no idea where this is going. Till next time, guys, take care. We'll see you all around.